Never trust a car just because everyone says it's reliable. Sometimes, the real story is under the hood, inside the frame, or hidden behind tech that most people never even think about. And with the 2025 Honda Accord, there's a lot going on that even loyal Honda fans don't fully know. Because this car wasn't built to look safe. It was engineered to stay safe, run smarter, and outlive almost everything in its class, even if no one talks about the reasons why. People talk about the Accord like it's the easy choice, but cars don't stay number one for decades without making real engineering moves behind the scenes. The 2025 model is a quiet upgrade that fixes old issues, strengthens the design, and pushes Honda closer to the future of hybrid performance. Today, I'm breaking it all down. Why Honda changed certain systems. Why some things look similar but behave totally different. And most importantly, what this new Accord does that you probably won't hear from a dealership. Here's the real problem with mid-size sedans today. They're becoming boring. Every brand plays it safe. Same designs, same engines, same predictable features, nothing bold, nothing risky, nothing that makes you feel like the car was built with real intention. And the Accord had that issue too. Older models were great, but they were safe bets, not engineering statements. So the big question is, did Honda finally push past their safe zone in 2025, or did they just play the same game again? That's what this full breakdown will show. Because the answer is hiding inside the engine tuning, the hybrid system layout, the suspension geometry, and even the small changes in interior design that most people miss. Let's start under the hood, in the area where most people think nothing changed. That's not true at all. The hybrid system is completely retuned. Honda kept the 2.0-liter Atkinson cycle engine, but the software controlling the two electric motors is way smarter now. Instead of just swapping between engine and EV mode at random, the 2025 system actually predicts the load you're about to put on the car. What that means is, when you're about to climb a hill or make a pass on the highway, the system already prepares more electric torque instead of reacting late. This makes the car feel smoother, but also more efficient. The gas model got a quiet upgrade too. The 1.5-liter turbo didn't change on paper. It still makes around 192 horsepower, same layout. But Honda strengthened internal parts to reduce long-term wear. We're talking tiny adjustments like a better crankshaft design, improved heat management, and updated knock control software. It's the kind of stuff that won't show up in a marketing brochure, but it helps the engine last longer and run cooler under the same stress. And the CVT? Let's be real. It's never going to feel like a sports car transmission, but the new programming significantly reduces that rubber band behavior. So when you push the pedal, you feel a more direct response instead of that stretchy delay older CVTs were known for. It's a small change, but it's really noticeable during highway merges. Now, let's talk about the hybrid system, because Honda didn't build it like Toyota, and that's not a bad thing. Here's a quick and simple breakdown. With a Toyota hybrid, the engine and motor work together, sharing power through a complex planetary gear system. But Honda's eHEV system works differently. The gas engine mostly acts as a generator, creating electricity. The electric motors do most of the actual driving. This is why the Accord hybrid feels more like an EV when you're just cruising around town. For 2025, the upgrade is all about responsiveness. The electric motors are now tuned to deliver torque faster, especially at low speeds. In simple terms, this gives you quicker response off the line, smoother acceleration, and less engine noise inside the cabin. And because Honda locked the engine into its most efficient RPM range more often, you burn less fuel without even trying. This is the real reason drivers are reporting 50, even 51 mpg combined without driving like a grandma. Now for the part that most people miss, the structure. This is where things get really interesting. The Accord's frame isn't technically new, but it is stronger. Honda didn't redesign the entire body, but they reinforced multiple key areas: stronger door frames, a stiffer subframe, and improved crash load paths. A stronger frame gives you a smoother ride, a quieter cabin, better safety, and even sharper cornering. Most people think stiffness makes a car feel harsh. Nope, it's the opposite. A stiffer frame allows the suspension to do its job properly without having to deal with extra vibration from the body flexing. Speaking of suspension, Honda updated the geometry. They changed the angle of certain rear suspension arms to reduce bounce on uneven roads. You'll feel this the most at highway speeds. The car just keeps its line better, with fewer small corrections needed from the steering wheel. It feels planted. And the steering calibration is one of the most underappreciated improvements. Honda slightly slowed down the initial steering response, so small movements on the highway feel calmer and more stable. But once you're in a corner, the mid-corner grip feels stronger. It's not a sports sedan, but it's definitely more stable and centered than before. One of the biggest complaints about hybrids has always been the brakes. They have that weird spongy feel because regenerative braking is blending with mechanical braking. Well, Honda finally fixed that in 2025. They focused on delivering more natural pedal pressure, a smoother transition from regen to hydraulic braking, and reduced pedal vibration. It just feels more like a normal car now, not a strange mix of EV, hybrid, and gas behaviors. Let's talk about the design. Some people complain the Accord looks too safe or boring, but Honda didn't design it to turn heads on day one. They designed it to age well. There's a reason for this minimal design. Honda avoids trendy styling because trendy becomes old, fast. Clean lines last longer. This is why older Accords don't look terribly outdated even after 10 years on the road. For 2025, the tweaks are subtle. Slimmer headlights, cleaner bumper cut lines, a slight update to the grille shape, and a more aerodynamic side profile. These changes aren't just for looks. They reduce wind noise and improve fuel efficiency. Inside, Honda doesn't brag about its interiors, but they quietly fix issues every single year. The 2025 cabin is built on 3 simple ideas: comfort without flashiness, a simple layout, and fewer distractions. So what really changed? You get better seat padding, stronger lumbar support, a new coating on the steering wheel that feels better to the touch, reduced glare on the center screen, and even a quieter AC fan motor. None of these sound exciting on their own, but these are the things that make a car comfortable for years, not just for a few months. The infotainment system features a large screen, with fast response and better clarity than older models. Crucially, Honda kept physical buttons for the climate controls because they know people hate trying to adjust the temperature on a touchscreen while driving. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are wireless, and that annoying signal drop issue that some older models had has been significantly reduced. Honda Sensing, their safety suite, also gets small upgrades each year. The 2025 updates include smoother adaptive cruise control, better lane-keeping assist during curves, a more natural braking distance, and smarter pedestrian detection. The biggest change is how the system avoids sudden or jerky reactions. It feels more human now and less robotic. But all of that brings us to the real bottom line, where Honda wins almost without competition: longevity and cost of ownership. Accords don't need much, just oil changes, filters, and basic checks. The hybrid components are built to last. Honda's track record proves that. With real drivers reporting over 50 mpg, the hybrid can save you hundreds of dollars a year at the pump. And Accords routinely hit 200,000, even 300,000 miles with basic care. The 2025 improvements will likely push that number even higher. Here is the part most people don't realize. The 2025 Honda Accord wasn't a T built to be the fastest or the flashiest car on the block. It was built to be the most balanced car in its class. Sure, some cars beat it in horsepower, some have bigger screens, some feel more luxurious. But none of them offer the same complete package: efficiency, a calm ride, long-term reliability, predictable handling, simple hardware, low cost of ownership, and everyday comfort. This combination is incredibly rare today, and it's the reason the Accord survives every style trend and every market shift. Honda didn't try to impress people. They tried to outlast everyone, and that is exactly what this car is engineered to do. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, give this video a like and hit that subscribe button for more deep dives. See you in the next one.